Oh, hello, how you guys doing? James here. I want to make a video about this woman that you probably see going across the internet, and she, it's a big thing about what she said about black women, and she, but it wasn't really about black women. It was about all Western women with the same mindset. But these are some commentaries I had to make some views about her video, and let's see if we can go from there.
What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome to the channel. This your boy Jared, and y'all remember when we told black women that these foreign women gonna start coming after them? Yeah, y'all thought I was lying. Apparently, 8 hours ago, as the making of this video, Soraya Brooks made this particular video. Black American women are no competition, German woman says. You know, I'm gonna have to say this. Black women, you know I love y'all, but I hate what y'all do. Okay? I love black women, but I hate what y'all do. I hate that a lot of y'all are gonna fall behind everybody under the sun due to your own choices. Okay? Yeah, a lot of y'all have fallen behind due to y'all choices. And the fact of the matter is that y'all came out with all that smoke on TikTok about these foreign women. Now these women are coming for y'all next. The fact of the matter is that y'all have the nerve to sit here and say all this goofy ass shit about black men to all these different races of women. Meanwhile, these very same women that you talking shit to are the very same ones that these men are marrying and are attracted to these men. So the fact that you talking shit about these women and talking shit to these women about us as black men, meanwhile these are the very same women stealing your black husband that you could have had. Now I'm gonna play the video, and Soraya coming for y'all goddamn next, as is a lot of other foreign women. Y'all heard it from me. I said I love y'all. Y'all hate black men. So when she say what the fuck she says, that's on y'all. Y'all got all the smoke for black American men, and we've been trying to tell y'all the truth for all this time. You got a German woman to say it. So I'm gonna step out of the damn conversation on this one. I'm gonna interrupt periodically, but I think y'all need to hear this shit from another woman, because for y'all to say the shit that y'all say about us behind our backs, on TikTok, she about to give you a damn chin checking of a unique magnitude. You heard it from me. I said I love y'all, but I don't like a lot of y'all in the way y'all do.
Black American women are no competition, and that's how I got my man. That is what a lot of people think I said in one of my YouTube videos, which is going viral on all social media platforms at this moment. I mean, TikTok, X, YouTube, Instagram, whatever platform you're looking for, you will see my face with that caption on that video. And you cannot imagine, the shitstorm from certain women is like a really bad case of diarrhea right now. But luckily, at the same time, there are a lot of people who agree with my overall message, which is always, any average man deserves a fit, cooperative, feminine wife, especially in today's modern society. But without any further ado, let's dive into the clip that got a lot of women upset and a lot of content creators paid. Let's dive into it.
Hey, if you just shut up. That, no black woman's not competition first. German white woman. Very beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, she trashing black woman? I don't want to say she's trashing them, but she's putting them in their place. I'm just joking. She ain't said that bad about the black woman, did she? Nah. Well, be the judge. Let's look at the video.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. At set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life.
Now, shout out to Sorrel. I just want to interject right here. Obviously, we heard what she just said. We obviously heard what she just said. She never said that black women wasn't no competition. But the thing is, what the messaging behind what she's saying is, there's no family structure, so these women don't know how to treat a man. That's basically the crux of what she was saying. But the thing is, the internet got out of control and basically said something that she didn't say. Meanwhile, you got these two clowns right here, the Hodge twins. But overall, she's not wrong. They really aren't. They're not competitive. Black women, y'all are not competitive. Y'all don't want to compete for your man. Y'all don't want to do anything to make your man feel good when he come home from work. Do anything for your man, all this stuff. Y'all don't want to compete for your man. You believe that your man is supposed to be there and he's supposed to compete for you 24/7 with other niggas. Meanwhile, maybe sometimes your man feel like maybe she should compete for me. Then you don't compete. Then that man's like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I'm gonna go find me a woman that actually will compete for me. And then we get the whole damn conversation of black men always dating outside their race. Meanwhile, y'all goofy asses won't damn compete for nobody. But oh wait, y'all want to sit here and blame everything on us. Y'all don't want to compete. Just say it. Y'all don't want to compete. Y'all don't want to fight for your man. Y'all don't want to do anything to make your man feel good about himself or make him feel good. You're just constantly bashing, berating, and then talking down to your man and then making him feel like shit. And then you expecting the man to treat you like a damn pot of gold. Well, sorry, this ain't a goddamn leprechaun at the end of the fucking rainbow. take your ass to the rainbow if you want somebody to damn treat you like a pot of gold.
You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with in your hometown, because unfortunately a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a snippet out of a whole YouTube video where I was talking about how my basic daily activities have impressed and impacted my husband's daily routine. I mean, it is just what it is, and you know what? A lot of women out there should apply that knowledge that I'm trying to give to you for free. Tell me, where did you hear me say that Black American women are no competition? I was not even talking about Black American women in particular. I never said anything like that I am better than them. I never said anything like I have better qualities than a Black American woman. No, I'm always talking about modern Western women in general. And by the way, a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who was listening with their ears instead of using their emotions, because when you compare the caption of the video that I didn't even put on the video to the words that were coming out of my mouth, the caption had nothing to do with the words that I was saying. I mean, honestly, I was talking about the American family structure, if you were able to get the message that I was trying to bring to you. Yes, I did say the average Black American family barely has a family unit. Not even in that statement, I generalized all Black families in America that they don't have a family unit. I lived in America for 2 years and I've seen a lot of messed up things in Black households, white households, and I very soon came to the conclusion, coming from a traditional household, that there is something seriously wrong that's going on in those households in America. And I was flabbergasted at the amount of disrespect an average American man would have to deal with coming from the woman of the household. I mean, these women, not only that they were disrespectful, they were lazy too. And I heard them speak a certain way to their children that had me in complete shock. I mean, I remember this one situation where this woman called her teenage son B-I-T-C-H, and I couldn't believe my ears. Even if that was supposed to be a joke in that moment, that word is doing something to that child. How is it going to grow up thinking it's okay that a woman is calling that boy bitch? I mean, let's be real. But enough said, let's dive into a few comments of a couple of women under my video who have a lot of love for me. You know what? I love you too.
Why is everyone obsessed with digital currency and how to mine it? What's this magic that turns...
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video now, baby. Listen, this clip has gone viral. This German woman says that Black women are no competition, baby. She says it's easy because there is no family unit. You know, this got the hyenas upset because how dare another woman outside of the race come in and try to tell us about us. This is how women are feeling, but people got eyes, they see it, and they realize what it is, and because they speak on it, a lot of these women are upset and mad, big mad. So let's get into what has triggered these women, baby, in the comments and all over social media. Let's go ahead and get into the clip. Here we go.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me, but let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud, I was not screaming, I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean, I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit.
Now let me pause this because I gotta say, there are a lot of Black women who don't like me. They're rolling their eyes, they're mad. But you gotta be mad at yourself, sis. Seriously. I've even seen men who are saying, why are black women condoning this? I'm like, see, no accountability. You can't just continue with this narrative that black men ain't ish. And they all this and bottom of the barrel. You will not make a plate for him. You can make your own plate. I'm not doing ish for you. I'm not doing nothing. All of them the same. They're all bad. And then when other races of women come out and say, hey, I knew there was no competition because I know that y'all are not going to offer what I was raised and taught to offer. Why get mad? Why is everything a red flag for black women? Why can't black women be questioned? Why can't black women see their own faults? Why can't you see the wrong that you have created and try to do right? It doesn't mean that every black man is right, but you also got to accept accountability for your actions as well and how you were raised, the quite opposite of these other races of women. They were raised to cater to a man. They were raised to understand what men want or be concerned about a man and love. They're raised differently. It doesn't make them perfect, but it just shows the difference in how they were raised to cater to a man. We were raised to be independent women who don't need a man. And if you continue with that narrative that you don't need a man, you're independent, you take care of yourself, what do I need a man for? And the men decide to go elsewhere to women who actually appreciate them. Why get mad? You shouldn't be mad. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't be mad. And you got to be accountable for what people are what a lot of these, not all women, it's not all black women, but the ones who are putting this out here, we don't need no man. And you average men, I can't deal with an average man because I need a man making 6 figures. So you don't want the average man, but you get mad when a woman like this comes out and say, this is an average man and I'm going to treat him right. That makes them so mad because you hate to accept the fact that other women are willing to take these same men that you call dusties and build a relationship with them. It's mind-boggling. Baby, let's continue.
He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. You know, like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. You know, there is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
Ooh, child, baby. She said a lot. I know these women are pissed. This goes back to if you don't want to listen to what black men are saying, if you don't want to accept the fact that every black man out here is not horrible, you're attracting a certain type. If you don't want to accept the fact that other married women who are saying, listen sis, look, tweak some things. None of us are perfect, but tweak some things. This might change your outcome. There are good men out here, but you got to be open and willing to meet them halfway. It's not all about you, sis. It's not. You can't be this independent boss chick and have this mindset and thinking that a man wants that. A man wants a peaceful relationship. He don't want a woman who's aggressive and manly and independent and don't need him. He don't want that. Why is it so hard for our women to understand that? To now, you have German women and other women coming out the woodworks telling you about you, and now you don't like it. You don't want to accept it from the women and the men in your community. You don't want to accept it from other black men. You don't want to accept it from other black women who are trying to get y'all to understand what a relationship is based on. And when you're sitting around here 30 and 40 years old and you don't have it because you're stuck in your ways and you don't want to listen to anything, now other women, now people from other races are telling you, oh, you're pissed off. You're mad. You don't want to, you can't stand it. How dare she? But they have eyes, they see too. And this is the mindset that a lot of black women take. Just because she accepts the bare minimum, I mean, I need to. You got to understand that what is the bare minimum? Because a lot of these women aren't even offering the bare minimum to a man. We got to stop with this entitled mindset. Stop thinking that you're settling. Stop thinking that he's barely offering the bare minimum. What you offering? You ain't really offering much either. You don't want to because the responsibility is on him to offer everything to you because you're the prize and you're the queen and you're entitled. So he's supposed to do it all and you do nothing? Like, come on, mentioned it, that we gotta hear from women outside of our race to tell us about us. And that's what's mind-boggling, and that's what's got a lot of these women big mad, because you're looking like, well, goddamn, you don't want to accept anything from anybody, so now other people gotta come and tell you about you. And she ain't lying. That's the gag. She ain't lying. We can't even come at her and shut her down, because she's telling the truth. And anybody who's looking at her and mad is because you don't want to accept the truth. Women are combative, independent, you're masculine, you're aggressive, you're argumentative, all these things. You're not trying to give no man no breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the most part. You don't want to even fix him a sandwich. Maybe this is why I said we got to do better. And this here certainly exemplifies where our community is and how we're being scrutinized from outside people, and how these women are telling you they're getting your man, because you don't want an average man. You don't want a man that works a 9 to 5, because you made 6 figures, so he gotta make 6 figures or more. And when these women are accepting these men and appreciating these men, it makes the black women look stupid. Bottom line. So I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, baby.
Look in the mirror. Ooh, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now, because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to show you in this reaction video is one particular black woman, and she's going to tell you straight up that nobody wants men. Nobody wants men. And then she's going to give you the reasons why she says that. Let's see if you agree with them or not. Hold on for 1 second as I put on the screen. Oh. All right. Let's get it.
I'm not going to keep y'all long at all. I got a brief message. We're going to get in and get out the way. Can I just say, no one, and I mean no one, cares about men. No one, not a one. Nothing cares about men. That's how it is. That's how it's been. It's getting worse. It's sad. It's been going on to a degree since, beyond my time. Way before my time. But I just can speak to now, because I'm here in this time. No one cares about men. No one. No one's helping them. No one listens to them. It's just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And when I think about just the whole process of life, it's like, is it always been that way? Just when?
No, it has not always been that way. It was different before feminism. Prior to 1965, things were different. The nuclear black family was stronger. There was a different sense of morality in the black community, and everybody was about their business. As soon as feminism came in, as soon as everybody wanted some independence, as soon as they was able to have no fault divorce and they can leave at any time they want to, they can be whatever, you can't correct them, you can't tell them anything, because now they're your equal. This is why you're seeing what you're seeing. It wasn't always like this. It took generations for this to get here. It took about 4 or 5 possibly generations, 3 or 4 generations that made it the way it is today. So it's going to take another 3 or 4, possibly a little longer. Generations. It's going to take a few more generations for it to get back to where it was, if they change. And I ain't saying that they will. I just think it's the tide is turning, but I think it's turning small. How can I say it? Like small baby steps. If that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen overnight. What I'm trying to say. But yeah, to answer a question, that's what it is.
Like, when do they ever get a break? Like, they're born with all of these expectations. You can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you gotta do this. Like, you have to be tough, you have to play sports, you have to be better than other kids, you have to be cute, you have to be masculine, you can't be too feminine, and you can't be soft, and you can't be weak, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And it is just like, I know a lot of us women, our lives aren't always like peaches and cream, all the way around. But for the most part, we're still raised with the societal knowing of, okay, we don't have the same expectations as men. When you're born, you're a princess to somebody as a girl. You have all types of protections in place just all throughout life. It's like our in vivo life transfer, like given to us just by gender. Like, and then don't even get started into things like cheat codes, like coming for money, or you know, maybe some people see being attractive as a good thing. I don't know.
Yes, that is a cheat code for many women. They're bots. They get what they want if they can make a man think that he has accessibility to her coochie. She's right. There's women are born with cheat codes that men don't have. Men have to work for everything they got. Men have to earn it. Men have to face adversity and struggle a lot more and a lot harder than women do. So yeah, there ain't no cheat codes in life. So I don't care. I tell people like this: ain't nobody coming to save you, and don't nobody care about what you're going through. And that is the harsh reality for a lot of men. See, women, they see a woman cry, they want to come to her rescue. Let a man cry. If a woman feel like, if it look like she's about to fall out or something like that, or she's having a bad day, they'll come over there and try to comfort her. Let a man look the same way. Ain't nobody coming to help us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to be a certain way to be successful. Y'all are born with your value, which is your attractiveness and your coochie. But that plays out over time.
That's another conversation for another day. But we just don't have it as hard. And like, I just walk around and it's just sad. Like, those guys, they just look so sad to me. And don't get me wrong, a lot of everybody be looking sad, but they just look a different type of sad. And it's like a lot of them, and they're overweight, and a lot of them are alone, and there's like, I don't know, it's a lot going on. And it's so much going on in the world that's reminding us of how men aren't cared for. Nobody cares. Like, literally, you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, somebody critiquing what such and such man said about something, and it's critiquing the man about something that he said, and then we got posts of jokes about men eating glizzies. Like, that is so childish. Like, now we're monitoring what men can eat and drink in public. Like, I saw something on YouTube the other day. This girl was talking about something along the lines of whoever makes the list of things that men shouldn't be eating or doing in public, can we please add drinking from a water fountain to it? Like, sir, why is your mouth so close to like, why something inappropriate about his mouth? And I was like, are you kidding me? He's drinking water because he's a human being and he's thirsty, and it's a public water fountain and anybody can drink from it. Like, now you want to tell me that drinking from a water fountain is not masculine? And
that only goes to show you about how women view men, man. They don't even see us as human beings that need water to survive like them. They just always got something to say about us, man. Something negative, and they wonder why men are not rushing in droves to try to wife them up. It's how y'all talk about us and how you talk to us, baby. That's what it is.
Water fountain and anybody can drink from it. Like, now you want to tell me that drinking from a water fountain is not masculine, and it makes you like punk, or like a punk or whatever. It's sick out here. It's sick, right? And then the funny thing is, I see the women complaining about how men ain't this, men ain't that. Like, do you know how confusing we are? Like, we're confusing, and the things that we want is stupid. Like, the things that we want are really stupid. Like, when we really think about it, they're stupid. It's stupid. It's all stupid. The stuff that we're doing to men is stupid, and it's ridiculous. Like, it honestly makes me cry sometimes. Like, I ain't gonna get emotional on here, I'm trying not to. But I do cry, because it's like, it's sad. Because I care about, like, men out here. I do. Like, I've had good men around. Like, I see good men every day. Like, and it's not even about good and bad. Like, I just see men out here handling stuff and doing their stuff. Like, I see the construction on the road, you know, them filling the potholes. It's men out there doing that stuff. I ain't saying no women do it, but it's mostly men who are doing the stuff. When I see the person come and pick up the trash, I'm like, wow, thank you, God. I'm so thankful that someone is here to pick up the trash for me. And guess what? It's never been a female. I've never had a female come grab my garbage to make sure that I don't have to go take it out to the landfill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much things that I see men doing every day. On top of that, at work, I pretty, like, the women, I feel the men's pain because I can't even get along with women. I try my hardest, I'm nice, I'm polite. I'm sorry, somebody really big just walked up. Yes?
Now, I want you to understand, it's terrible when women cannot get along with women. But we've been saying this for the longest time, haven't we? We are tired of dealing with the shenanigans that come along with dealing with the American black woman. Now, she's about to start talking about other stuff that ain't making any sense, so I decided to go ahead and cut that part of it short. But you let me know how you feel and what you think about what this woman just said. I'll see you later.
You know, a lot of times, you know, they talk about the high divorce rate in America and women filing at least 75% or more, you know, other divorces in this country. If you look at men aren't trying to break up their families. Men actually want to stay with their families. But it's the women who initiate divorce and all that, and no-fault divorce. This is why a lot of politicians are now starting to look at no-fault divorce and say, wait a minute, hold on. You know, what we got going on here. And I've stated in the past that, you know, if she want to leave, I don't think you should hold her there, right? But if she leaves and it's not nothing legitimate, then she can't take nothing with her but whatever she had. That's how I look at it. She shouldn't be able to get half of this man's anything, unless it's on something legitimate, right? But some of them have gotten with other women. Some of them are lesbian. And listen to what this woman says about what's even happening in a lesbian relationship.
Could not resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships.
So the men are actually vindicated. That is not the men, it's the women. Two women are in a relationship together and they're still doing the exact same thing. No man is involved with it. You can't say toxic masculinity. You can't say he don't want to listen, he won't do this, he won't do that. There's no he involved. It's two women that should be in tune with each other's feelings and all that sort of thing, right? Right? And yet you're doing domestic violence. I thought that was the violent men. You're committing domestic. So the studs is out here whipping butt in these relationships. The cheating, all that. Wait, hold on. I thought that was just the men. So it seems like the common denominator, once you remove the men, and you got two women in a relationship, it seems like it's the women that's the issue in the American society, not the men. I'm not saying men are angels or men are perfect. No. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying clearly it's an issue when the majority of their relationship, lesbian relationships, who are married lesbians, ending in high divorce rates. So you divorce a man, say it's men this, you gonna go get a woman. Fine. Go get you a woman, the same issue you got going on, you're leaving that lesbian relationship and doing the exact same thing. So men should not be pulling out their hair no more. Men should not be worrying about nothing when clearly it's not the man. Clearly. And the lesbians proved it. So men, you should give yourself a hand clap and say, hey, we've been vindicated. It's not us, it's not the problem. So now you see why some men get their passport and say, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else where it's shameful to divorce. I'm going to go somewhere else where men are respected. That's why some men have done that. That's why. And the more and more I look at America, and I try to back off of some of that a little bit, but America is just descended into chaos, man. It's not good for family. And even, this is the problem with America too right now, with the society, not the people, the society. Even when your woman is a good woman, the evil that surrounds your good woman tries to corrupt your good woman. And men, you know what I'm talking about. There's so much evil going on around your good woman that sometimes you got to get your good woman out of this environment. Even if she's an American woman, sometimes you may have to take your woman out of this environment. Because some of you got some great women that come from America. But man, you better get your woman away from here sometime and put your woman around some women with some morals, with some respect. Because, I mean, it's a lot of wickedness going on in this country right now. And if you want to destroy a nation, you destroy the family. And that's what these people who have been doing, destroying families. It's a problem for a man and woman to build a family. It's a problem to be together. You promoting LGBT, okay, even in the L relationships, you can't even stay together. So what does that say? So I don't follow no man that say, hey, I want to go elsewhere, or if I got a woman, I want to take my family elsewhere.
We want to be there for those we love, even after we're gone. AARP Level Benefit Term Life.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. We all know that too many women in Western culture are divorcing their husbands, and they're doing it in record numbers. For all the women out there who are thinking about divorcing a good man, you might want to listen up.
Been divorced for 3 years, and in that 3 years, I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child.
You didn't know you were broke and mentally unstable before you filed for divorce.
I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career and everything, and we literally just got to where it was supposed to be everything we dreamed of. Like, owned a company, making, almost $1 million, and that was my breaking point, and I left it all. And I'm not a person that is about money. I've kind of been in mourning of the, oh my gosh, I gave it all up. Everything was around my family, so when I chose to leave, I gave it all up, all up. I had no clue that the worst was yet to come in the 1 year of separation, and so it's weird because I find that I just thought today for a split second, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I thought, I should have just stayed.
So basically, she's saying her wake-up call didn't hit her until she got out in the streets and found out that the streets is not what she thought it was. When are they gonna learn?
I should have stayed. It wasn't that bad. You made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your kids are college, and one's almost out of high school. You made it. It didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money, and you had big houses, and you could do whatever you want, and you could relax. I'm terrified. I don't have 401k. My counsel did not have my back.
She said it wasn't that bad. That means that her husband wasn't mistreating her, but she left anyway.
And there's just timelines that you can't stop, and so it is what it is. And I'm 47 years old. It's not like I'm 25. I'm healthy, kinda. I have an autoimmune disease, which means it's life-threatening for the rest of my life. Things can change, but it's not like I'm an invalid and can't do anything for myself. But it is terrifying. I could have stayed. I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so much easier.
Am I the only one that noticed that all she's talking about was the lifestyle? Not one time did she say that she missed her husband. So basically, she's crying because she didn't get cash and prizes on her way out the door. That reminds me of an old school song.
So I had a realization today. I've been divorced for 3.5 years, and I went through 1.5 years of counseling after my marriage broke up.
After your marriage broke up, or do you mean after you broke up your marriage?
I'm also a woman of the real world and understand, when dating, what it's like to date out in the real world, and it is so hard. It is so hard to find someone who is looking for someone of value, who's not wanting to sleep with someone right away.
That's pretty much the way the dating world is going nowadays, sweetheart. Most men are not interested in getting married so that they can end up getting divorced by their wives just like you did your husband. So get used to it.
And who's not wanting to, change their morals because they are a single woman. I just can't understand why it's hard out here for us good women.
Welcome to a good man's world.
I don't understand. 38, it's not like this has been an easy journey for me. My time clock is ticking.
Well, you better get used to that ticking sound because you're going to be listening to it for a while. Maybe even until your expiration date hits, if you know what I mean. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you go to the Philippines or Thailand? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Oh, what was I thinking? I'm sorry. Never mind.
I'm honestly really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, I didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like, the hurricane, like, it's here again, It's, the tsunami is back, like, it's just so hard, and like, I'm frustrated because I, my whole world got disheveled, and I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on, and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks,
Okay, now is she upset because of the divorce, or is she upset because he's moved on with his life? Man, I get the feeling her ex-husband is somewhere drinking and...
Just take those old records on the shelf.
I was working with him for 4.5 years, going to get married. I could not imagine being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again.
On the day my divorce was final, I'll never forget what my ex said to me. He looked me right in the eyes, and he said, "You're going to regret this. You're going to get 6 months down the road, and you're going to regret divorcing me." And you know what? He's right. I did have regrets.
Hey, it's Gemma. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now, and it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I took them to practices, I went to school, all that stuff.
Hi, my name's Alexa, and I would like to give you a few reasons why you should consider dating a young.
I'm making money in my downtime. This right here,
Hi, sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to my scene. I thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I came across this German woman's video who actually came out to tell black women how they are very loud and how they talk over men and how they don't take care of men and how they are not clean, how they are uncultured, how they are not, there is nothing she did not say. I don't know how she met the man she married and how black men talk over black men. Or, how do they wake up and all they want to do is black women this, black women that, black women this, black women that. This is not normal. I am lie to you, because how can people be so upset with a group of people? You do not like black women, but you are with a black man. You are absolutely going to have mixed children, which are going to be black, right? And you are absolutely or probably going to have a black male or female, right? And you are out there stereotyping black women straight up, and at the same time disrespecting the man's family. But there is something that I found very interesting while she was telling the story. With everything and how clean and how nurturing and how super great she is, the man still left because they are no longer together. Let's get into it.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them. I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me, but let's...
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say to this young lady right here that just made this video, be ready and be prepared, okay? Be prepared for the comments, be prepared for the video stitch, okay? Be ready and be prepared because what you said out your mouth was absolutely not true. You put us black American women, traditional African American women, in one basket and saying that all of us don't know or don't want to serve our man. And that is not the case. That is not true, sweetheart. That is not true. That is not true. Okay, that is not true. And for you to have that accent, I don't even want to know where you're from. I could care less where you're from and everything like that. Okay, maybe you doing it and everything like that because you want that green card. I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. Okay, but I'm not going to sit here and insult you and everything. You're putting us in one basket saying that all of us are like that, and we're not at all. We are, as black American women, we are in our home. In our home, we are the housewife, we are the caretakers, we are the accountants, we are the housekeepers, we are the mentors, we are the therapists, and we are the mediators. Okay? And we are a little freaky in the sheets and everything. We do all this and then some. And we have no problem doing it whatsoever. Okay? Now, we have no problem doing it whatsoever. And for you to say what you said, like I said before, be prepared. Be ready for the comments.
I didn't want to make the video too long, but I wanted to show the video before, because you can go to her Danny Cam, to her video. But I'm gonna comment right here. I'm gonna finish this video. Put another 6-7 minutes into it. The woman didn't say all black women, but she was saying there's a particular women. She said American women, but the kind of women, there are women, some black women have said this out of their own mouth, and they have made TikTok videos. Some women have made divesting videos, discrediting men. You have women, some black women that, you know, couple of channels was taken down, was encouraging to delete black baby boys. The backup was what Saria was saying. I think that's her name. And the two women are no longer on the internet. And it took a white woman to point this out. And it's in here, so it's more like a personality. And there are some, like she said, some black women that don't have the love or capability of what goes with the flow with the white today. There were black women during my grandmother's time, grandma's time. They knew how to be a wife. But some black women today do not know how to be a wife. Let's just be honest. And you got some women that they say stuff like what she was saying is very true. And they don't care how the way they talk at men. They don't. I had a situation recently where my friend John, his wife is still challenging him after he's been fighting the courts for his son. He's been fighting to get justice so he can have custody of his autistic son. And he still to this day tell me that his wife is still fighting him. She's saying, you're not fighting enough. And it's a situation that the state can take away his son for the rest of his life, and John won't be able to see him. But John was trying to get his wife to see that we need to move. His wife don't want to move. Then she said that I don't want to give up this house. Mind you, she didn't pay for the house. She only worked a part-time job. He carried the income. He tried to get her to say, hey, if you can help me out a little bit, we can, just for a couple of years, we can be in a better position. She didn't want to do that. And they've been married for some 30 something years. And this particular case was her. Now my best friend John's wife is black. And this is going on. But yet when he asked her to do similar things like help me out, make some phone call, I ain't supposed to. You the man. This is what he gets. You know, and he's out there trying to make a way. He trying to help her get a job up in the new city, but she's dragging her feet. And even her own sister tried to tell her, hey, you need to come up here and help your husband. You know, it's like everybody can see this. And she just got this, you know, I don't know, it's some women whispering in her ear, you ain't got to take all that. He should be doing that. He should be doing that. Meanwhile, there's the same women are advising her that that happened to them. So I noticed on a personal basis that another woman's talking to another woman's ear. You ain't got to do all that for him. You know, let that Negro do his own thing. Meanwhile, he's doing everything he can. And like Siri said, my friend was coming home when he was married to her. After he didn't work 40, 60 hours shift, then sometimes she didn't even want to cook. He got to get up and cook. And it was just, they had to make almost arrangements for them to have a dinner. But sometimes she wanted to eat out. So yeah, that German woman is right. And you know, my sister is a good woman, is a good wife. Now I can say this, and she's a black woman. She's a good. It's a difference, but she know how to be a wife because she's been married before. But there ain't too many people. But she's able to hold a relationship. Of course, she picked the wrong man throughout her life, but she wised up. Some black women don't wise up like any other women. Not just black women, but other women don't wise up. They attract the same type of dude and then get hurt because they go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relationship, produce some children, and then you come on, they go into a female show, try to look for it, and then you see a whole pattern playing on social media. It's a whole pattern of, her name is Deetra. Go to that woman's show and listen to some of these women that have 5, 6 children, never married, some never married, some been married twice, they got 5 kids, they're practically, some in about my age, still trying to think that they're the humdinger. Some in their 50, 60, 40, 50, 60, past their prime time. They're so delusional, it ain't funny. And you know when they're in their age, some in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, they set in their ways. They don't have it, and then it has to be at a certain caliber and this, he got to have this and got to have this and this. What are you bringing to the table? And it's like, that's why some men are kind of backing away. So it's the women's action, and you see on the video, it's them. They don't want and they don't want to take no accountability. And they got mad, just like that woman got mad. She and I had to show the video, but it sounded like she was talking about, but there's a certain segment of black women in the community are not wise. They know this stuff, and they know that they're not going to cow down. But it's not them. But you see, white women have the same kind of mindset. Now, and you see the one video, and they say, "Wow, I really regret that I lost a good man." Yeah. Now what? Because they're not mature. So the American man, black or white or other men, have to go to another part of the world, which some of these women put down. Them women may know one thing in that other part of the world, what some of them do. They know how to be a wife. And it's something that the women here, they used to do back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. But now this Western culture, like Phil said, it's turned evil, anti-family. So yeah, you spoke women like they want to get mad at her. You've done this. You rolled the coattails. You want to wear the pants. You want to do everything. Your mouth is your greatest destruction, and you don't even see it. And you don't let God give you the wisdom as a woman, know when to zip it, because your pride won't let you go there. That's why you're on your 4th or 5th relationship. It's because it's the words that come out of your mouth, your actions. I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. And then they like my friends and want to fight with every time. Where she's working part-time and come home before he do, she can't make a meal, but she's tired. I see this personally, and there's other people I've seen this happen to. That's why you get the men that you get, and you end up being alone, because your decisions. And sometimes some women don't want to woman up to admit that they're wrong. Just like they always put it on the man up, woman up. It's time to woman up that you made a mistake. There's some of these women who are like that. But the reason why you see so many women are going to be single and lonely is because the words they choose come out their mouth. Their actions are starting to produce. And you can complain, you can complain on the women, point out the women, insult the other women over there, but it all comes back to you. You drank the Kool-Aid, bit the apple. Now deal with it. And if you don't have no relationship with the Most High God to teach you how to be a woman, then you're going to be lonely. It's because, remember, your words choose it. So that's the take of this video. Watch what you say, because whatever you say can come to pass. You see in these videos. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hope you see. Like and subscribe till next time. Take care, be blessed, and ladies, wake up. Men are not taking with this stuff no more, and you've seen what the results of it. Do you want to be that lonely lady? Wise up. Learn to listen to the men. Take care, be blessed.